The morning of August 6th arrived. It was 1945. Hiroshima awoke slowly, peacefully. The sun climbed into a clear blue sky. A gentle warmth spread across the city. Birds sang their morning songs in the trees. People began to stir in their homes. The air was calm, still filled with the coolness of the night. It promised to be a typical summer day, a day like any other. Life was unfolding at its usual unhurried pace here. My own eyes fluttered open. The soft light filtered through the paper screens. Familiar sounds drifted from outside. The clatter of a neighbor's shutters. The distant call of a street vendor. The smell of rice cooking wafted from our small kitchen. My mother was already busy preparing the first meal of the day. I lay there for a moment, listening to the city waking up around me. It was a comforting, everyday symphony. The world felt safe, secure. The sky outside was a brilliant, uninterrupted blue. Not a cloud could be seen. It was perfect summer weather. Children would soon be out. Their laughter would fill the narrow lanes. Fishermen were already on the rivers, their boats small specks on the shimmering water. The city's heart was beginning to beat. People moved with purpose, heading to work, to school, to their daily tasks. There was no hint of danger, no warning of what was to come. Life moved with a quiet rhythm. The trams rumbled along their tracks. Shopkeepers prepared their displays. The scent of incense drifted from a nearby temple. It was all so ordinary, so peaceful, a fragile moment of tranquility. Suspended in time, unaware, the city breathed, oblivious to the shadow approaching from far above, a shadow that would change everything, forever. This was Hiroshima, in its final moments of peace. Suddenly, a light, not the sun, something else, immense, blinding. It filled the entire sky, a silent flash, brighter than 1,000 suns. It seared the eyes, it bleached the world white. For an instant, all was light, an impossible, terrible brilliance. There was no sound, just this overwhelming, consuming light. It was as if the sun itself had fallen upon our city. My mind could not grasp it. What was this? Then the heat, a wave, intense, scorching. It pressed down. It felt like standing before an open furnace. The air itself seemed to ignite. The world, moments before so clear, vanished. It was replaced by this searing whiteness. My body was lifted, thrown like a leaf in a storm. There was no up or down, just a violent, uncontrolled motion. Confusion reigned. The senses overwhelmed. What was happening to us? This was not natural. The sound came next, a roar. A colossal, deafening explosion. It ripped through the silence. The earth itself seemed to cry out in pain. It shook violently. Buildings around us began to groan. They twisted. They shattered. Wood splintered. Tiles rained down. The ground beneath my feet heaved. It was the sound of a world ending. A sound never heard before by human ears. It was pure, terrifying power unleashed. I landed hard. My head struck something, dazed, disoriented. The brilliant white light faded, replaced by a strange murky darkness. Dust and debris filled the air. I could taste it, choking. I tried to see, to understand. The familiar street, my home, it was gone. Replaced by wreckage, by chaos. This was not a dream, this was real. A horrifying, unbelievable reality had descended upon us. The world had changed in an instant. A new world emerged, a world of nightmare. The air was thick, heavy with smoke and dust and the smell of burning. It stung the eyes, it clawed at the throat. Visibility was almost zero. A choking fog enveloped everything. Darkness had fallen in the middle of the day, not the darkness of night, but a suffocating, gritty darkness. The sun was hidden, blotted out by the ruins of our city. This was the immediate aftermath. Slowly my eyes adjusted. Shapes began to form in the gloom. Twisted metal, piles of rubble, splintered wood. These were once homes, shops, streets I knew, now unrecognizable, utterly destroyed. Fires began to bloom, small at first, then growing, spreading, feeding on the shattered remains. The gentle city of moments ago, it was gone, wiped away, as if a giant hand had swept it clean, leaving only devastation. Then came the sounds, not the roar of the explosion, but human sounds, cries, moans of pain, shouts for help. They came from all directions, from beneath the debris, from the darkness. A chorus of suffering, the sounds of fear, of desperation. People were trapped, injured, dying. The city was no longer a place of life. It was a place of immense, widespread agony. Each cry a testament to the horror. My own body ached. I was cut, bruised, but alive. The confusion was overwhelming. What force could do this? What weapon? My thoughts raced. My family, where were they? I had to find them. I pushed myself up, stumbling through the wreckage. The ground was uneven, treacherous. Every step was a struggle. Fear gripped my heart, a cold, deep fear. This was a world I did not know, a world turned to ash. Figures began to move in the gloom, silhouettes, stumbling, dazed. Their clothes were torn. Their skin, in places, was burned. They moved like ghosts, slowly, uncertainly. Some were silent, staring blankly ahead. Others cried out, searching for loved ones. Their voices were hoarse, weak. Then a strange rain began to fall, black, oily. It stained everything it touched, adding another layer of terror to this surreal landscape. It felt like the sky itself was weeping. The instinct to survive is powerful. It pushes us, even when hope seems lost. I had to move, to get away from the fires, to find water, to find help, or to offer it. Many were too injured to move. Others helped where they could. A shared glance, a hand offered. Small gestures of humanity amidst the annihilation. People, stripped of everything, still they reached out, trying to make sense of the senseless. I saw a child, crying alone, covered in dust. I went to her, tried to offer comfort. Words seemed useless. What could anyone say but the presence of another human being? It sometimes helps. We saw others, forming small groups, moving towards the rivers, seeking escape from the inferno. The city was a death trap, but the human spirit, though battered, flickered. It refused to be extinguished. It sought life. The scale of the destruction was unimaginable. A city, its people, devastated in moments. Yet even here, in this landscape of death and despair, there was resilience, the incredible strength of the human will to endure, to carry on. The memory of that day would be seared into history, a scar on the face of the earth, but also a testament to the fragility of peace and the enduring power of life, to rebuild, to remember, to hope.